Hey guys, so in this Master That Riff we're going to be looking at Tornado of Souls by Megadeth. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who voted. Had quite a lot of votes and the Megadeth Tornado of Souls was the clear winner, but all the other songs that were on the list we may have a look at in the future. So this riff, I think what we'll do is we'll break it down into three kind of main chunks. So the first kind of riff or first chunk has it starts off with this B power chord. Now I'm playing this way up at the 7th fret in the E string here, so my first finger's at that 7th fret E, my third finger's at that 9th fret of the A string. It's a little B power chord. But once I play that, hit that once, then what I'm going to be doing is, this is what gives this riff one of its coolest sounds. I'm going to be playing a natural harmonic at the 7th fret of the E string. Now if you've never played a natural harmonic before, what you're doing is you're very gently resting your finger over a particular node along the string. And we've got one here at the 7th fret. So what I'm doing is I'm not pressing the string down, and I'm resting it right above the metal strip of the 7th fret here. So when you press, when you just touch that string lightly and then hit the string, you'll get this kind of bell-like chime. Sometimes if you take your finger away, you'll get this more a kind of sustained bell-like tone. But what we want for this riff is more of almost a slightly muted harmonic effect. And what I'm doing here is I'm lightly resting that first finger right across all 6 strings in the 7th fret here. And what I'm doing there is I'm just going to lightly palm mute my right hand, and I'm going to hit this E string with my first finger over the 7th fret harmonic 6 times. Okay, so when you put that together with the first power chord, it kind of goes. Okay, then the next little section, we keep these harmonics going, but because I'm barring right across the 6 strings, I now, to get other harmonics and other strings, I'm just going to do a bit string skipping with my right hand. Now what we do here is we play the D string, then we play the E string twice, then I play the G string, and then I play the E string once. Okay, now picking wise, what I tend to do is I do an upstroke in that D string, and then 2 downstrokes in the E string, and an upstroke in the G, and then a downstroke in that E. If you want, you could try it all with downstrokes if you want to keep that whole downstroke vibe going. But it makes, I suppose it will be a little bit harder just for the string crossing at speed. Okay, and once we've done that, we'll play our B power chord 3 times. Okay, so that first little section slowly sounds like this. The second section continues, and we have our 6 7th string harmonics in the E string again. Okay, that's kind of because the 3 power chords we've just played. Let that one ring, that third one there. This time we play our D string, then our E string twice, our G string. This time I play the E string twice, and I end it playing the D string. So that little harmonic sequence kind of goes. So we're just putting in an extra little harmonic there at the end on the D string. And then once we've done those, we play the B power chord once. Okay, so that second section, if I play the B power chord from the end of the first section, it kind of goes. So if I put those 2 bits together, that's what it sounds like. So after that first section, we have our second riff, which starts like this. Okay, now what I'm doing here is I'm still up at the 7th fret, and this is almost like a pentatonic minor with added in with a little blue note here. What I'm starting off with is my first finger is at the 7th fret, that E string there. Then I play 3 notes after that, hit that 7th fret again, and I play 9, 10 in the E string with the 3rd and 4th finger. So it kind of goes. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hammer and pull off 7th to 8th fret and back on the A string with the 1st and 2nd finger. And it's quite a quick hammer and pull off. Then I play 10th fret, that E string with the 4th finger. then I play 7th fret that A string, which ends that little section off. So if I put that together, it kind of goes. Okay, a little bit slower. After that, we have this little section that goes. And what I'm doing here is, this is where it has a slightly blues flavour to it. I'm going to hammer from the 8th to 9th fret with the 2nd and 3rd fingers here. Gives that kind of bluesy vibe. Then I play 7 in the D string with the 1st finger. And then 9 on that A string with the 3rd finger. So that kind of goes. Then the last 3 notes, I'm going to do a pull off 9 to 7 in the D string. And then a bar with this 1st finger, so I kind of roll it so I can get a 7th fret the G string. So that kind of goes. Okay, so that second section slowly goes. And if I put that together with the first bit, it goes. Now the second section of this bit here, we play that same riff right up until the last 3 notes. So we have our. Now what we do is we do 9 to 7 pull off in the D string, and then 9 on the A string. So we're kind of changing the last note. The first time you end up here, second time you end down here. So that second section sounds like this. So this whole second section, what we do is we play part 1, part 2, then part 1 again. So if I play it, it'll make sense. We do this. Then we play part 2. Then we play part 1 again. And that's that second section. So next we have this lead in to the kind of verse riff, I suppose. And it goes like this. Okay. Now what I'm doing here is I'm going to start off with a D power chord the way up at the 10th fret here. So I'm playing 10th fret of that E string with the 1st finger, then I play 12th fret of the A string with the 3rd finger. Then I go down 2 frets and play a C power chord. Then I have this cool little legato run. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to do, if I look at the actual notes, I'm going to play, it's all down the A string, and I'm going to do 7 on the A string with the 1st finger to 8, then back to 7 with the 1st and 2nd finger there. Then I go down 2 frets and do a hammer and pull off from 5 to 7 and back. I just use my 3rd finger there. Then it's 4 to 5 in that A string there. Okay, so that kind of goes. Then my 1st finger goes back 1, and I play the 3rd fret, and then I end up with this B power chord at the 2nd fret here. So my 1st finger is at that 2nd fret A string, my 3rd finger is at the 4th fret of the D string. Now these little notes here, these little groups of 3 are triplets. So the first note of each of them is on the beat. So if you've got a beat, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so make sure you get that downstroke on that beat, so you're not kind of just wildly kind of legatoing down here. You want to keep it nice and in time. Okay, so slowly that section sounds like this. Now after that, we have this riff that's all played with kind of even eighths, but it has a slight kind of rhythmical shift to it. Now we've ended with this B power chord. So what I'll talk about is just the chords we're going to play first of all. So we're playing this B power chord. Next chord is an F sharp power chord. So I'll just take that shape and move it down, so about the 2nd fret E string. My 3rd finger's at the 4th fret, that A string there. Then I go up, so I'm playing G power chord. Then I go down, play an open E power chord. So I've got that open E string, 2nd fret the A string there. Then I play the F sharp power chord again. Then the G power chord. Then I've got an open A string. And then I play this B power chord off the A string again. Okay, so those chords slowly kind of go. Okay. Rhythmically though, what we're doing is we have the sustained B power chord at the start of each sequence. And we got to this from before, here. What I then do is I play that with 3 downstrokes. Then what I do is I go to this F sharp power chord, play that with 2 downstrokes, go up, play the G with 2 downstrokes, play the E with 2 downstrokes, play the F sharp with 2 downstrokes, the G with 1 stroke, then this open A string, and then the B power chord again would start the next sequence of the riff. Okay? So slowly that kind of goes. It's one of these things when you know the song, you instinctively kind of know where the chord changes. So when you begin to speed it up, just think of how it sounds. Rather than trying to count 3, then 2, then 2, So if I play, I'll play section 3 and this last section together just to let you hear the continuity of it. So from here it goes. And there we have it. Okay, so there's quite a lot going on in the riff. Just take it nice and slow, and of course you can check out the tabs on the Master the Guitar website. And remember, come and follow us on Twitter or come to the Facebook page because there's more stuff uploaded there that you can see in the YouTube channel.